Welcome on back to another Texas Chainsaw a Massacre video. I wouldn't say it's a weekly update, but it's an update nonetheless. As you know, we have a new victim and map coming soon. I was waiting, hoping that maybe they would have dropped a family member, but I haven't seen one yet, so I don't know if they're ever going to release one in with this next big patch with the map. First, I am going to talk about why we have the game running in the background, of course, is because Danny's skins have released for $4.99. They have finally released them. You've seen them in the cutscenes whenever Leatherface would be killing him, but you were never able to use the shirts until now. It was pretty much a taste of things to come. Many people have seen it in the cutscenes, so... Here are the clothes that you get with that pack. You get the Wanderer, the Nomad, which I personally just like because it's dark. Same with this one, the Desperado, that comes with them already. I'm a dark clothes kind of person, so I just like those. You got the Rover that comes with it, the Vagabond, the Rambler, the Roamer, and the Wayfarer. People like these. A lot of people I've seen that like these kind of clothes here. I personally will stick to the Nomad. They're pretty basic and plain. I know people complain about that, but you got to remember this is 1974, not 2024. So you got to remember that when you're thinking about clothes. This is 1974. This is not now. Our clothes now did not look like this back then. So yeah. Just imagine hippies in Woodstock and the clothes they wore. And that should pretty much tell you what kind of clothes we're going to be looking at every single time. So I don't know why people get all in a hustle-tussle about that. But anyway, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell and the like, and so you know whenever other videos come out, hit the bell. We're going to continue right on. I'm going to show you a video from Gun themselves, the map, the mill. We're going to take a look at this mill here. You guys can let me know down below what you think about it. Get rolling. Very, very big. That front office looks like a new exit. I'm just saying. And there it is, March 28th. March 28th is when it comes out. Also on March 28th, you got a new Victim, Virginia, that comes out as well. So Barbara Crampton plays that character. If you don't know her, one of her famous movies out there is Reanimator. So you have DLC coming. You have the clothes that already came out. You have the Victim coming. And you have the new map coming. The new map, I was told, has like 4 floors to the mill. I don't know how true that is. We're going to find out, and has new escapes. So we'll see how all that goes. But I got to go to the horse in the mouth of the there's no other good way to put this. So I'm gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about negativity in video games. Um since this game's release, a lot of people have talked negatively about it and jumped the ship, went back to DVD, all that kind of stuff, because they didn't get stuff as fast as they wanted to, and la da da da. Um, Wes did a little blog entry about this, how the gaming industry is right now for indie dev companies compared to AAA companies. And I think it's a pretty good read. I'm going to read it all to you, what he had to say about it. So it's very interesting. Um, this is by Wes himself. This was just put out on March 13th. And this is what he had to say. The video game industry is going through an unprecedented times. During the pandemic, video games saw record profits, which led to mergers and acquisitions at a level we'd never seen before. But with every up, there's a down. And I think we all recognize that the current state of things is not sustainable. Back when I first entered the industry in 2005, there were many more games that fell into the category of mid-market games. Those were games that had a bit more of a budget compared to indies, but nowhere near the budgets of AAA games, usually with an MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested retail price, of $30 to $40. There were small but good games focused on a couple interesting gameplay ideas, and the entire studio built the game around those simple but innovative features. These were lower risk propositions for the studios and publishers. And if it earned 3 to 4 times what it cost to make it, it meant you could create another game while still making a small profit. Now he's just breaking this down a little bit. But in mid 2000s, our industry shifted towards a hits driven philosophy. Big gambles for bigger profits. These products had 100 million budgets with tight deadlines, and studios needed to get bigger to match, even outsourced to other studios around the world so the sun would never set on development. And financial expectations from those games were in the billions, which isn't too surprising, given that you need a target return that large if you want to secure enough money to make a future title while also generating enough profits for shareholders. When a studio no longer answers to themselves, priorities shift, goals shift, and the risks shift too. When enough studios start doing this, the entire industry shifts, and that can only last for so long. It's hard to make a hit game every single time. Very few of us are able to hit home runs every time we step to the plate. What happens when you target a 1 billion return and only hit 75 million? You have to shave costs of your stock dips. You still got to make those dividend payments. So you cut what costs the people. You cut what costs the most. The people. The people. How can this be fixed? I don't know. I'm just a CEO running a small 14-person studio, but I do honestly think we need to see mid-market games come back. We need smaller teams making smaller games that are inherently lower risk. Even as they include novel ideas, we need to see small but good games come back into the marketplace. And here's something you probably won't hear a AAA studio head say. It's okay if players stop playing your game to go play something else. It's okay to spend time making new content that will entice them to come back and check it out again. Maybe some percentage will never come back, and that's okay too. A model like that is fine and can be sustainable if risk is low. Most importantly, it can also be sustainable for your team and can be a big step toward combating crunch and burnout. See, this is where a lot of people right now bitch. They act like they got to keep shoving content down your throat every single month, and they don't have to do that because they're not a big AAA company. They are a small company, little indie dev company. They don't have to do anything. You can go play whatever you want and come back. You're not hurting them at all. And people think that, oh, dead game. No, it's not a dead game. It's an indie dev game. Like, you could just keep coming back and playing it. Now, other games like Dead by Daylight, they were an indie dev game when they first started out, and now they're a big, big company. They're helping making bigger games and everything now. They're not little indies no more. They're making a lot of money. They have to hope and pray that you keep feeding the system full of money, or they can't pay for all their killer licenses. There's a bigger issue over there than what you think. As soon as money starts dropping, you start losing your titles. That's what's going to end up happening over on that side of the forest. So hopefully, money stays up on that side, or they're going to have some issues, huh? Anyway, back to what this says. The path we embark on as developers has a much more larger impact than just money. We're affecting individual people, their careers, and what they love to do. Right now, it feels like we're crushing passion, and that's the most dangerous aspect of this trajectory. If you fire, lay off, and chase away passionate people who are left with it, who's actually making games we all love? I'm a thought leader in the space, but I can say this: all will be left with his upper and middle management, and we aren't shit if we don't have passionate teams making what they love. And that's the truth. If you have people that are literally just making video games for money, you're going to get shit products. So I would rather have a team that's out there actually loves the genre and working on the genre and goes out and does all the work for that horror franchise than someone just buying a license just to use it to make a quick dollar. So there's a lot of insight there. If you're a major horror fan, if you love horror movies, you can appreciate something like that. It's something to actually think about too. So I am the Ginger Beard Man. That's your weekly Texas Chainsaw update. Hopefully we get news on a new family member coming soon, because that's mostly what I play on here. I mostly play the family. So have a good one. I will catch you all later.